in 45 seconds, for those that
Okay.
don't know you, can you do a little introduction, let everyone know who you are?
Yeah, that's not much time, but let's go.
Well,
So, hi everyone. My name is Ella. I am program director of Crystal's Elite. We are based in London. I'm also a competition judge for various UK and European EPs. And then I also run ENDchoreo, which is when I guest coach for other teams, help them to improve their routines basically, and run choreography and skills camps for them.
wicked. So, like, before all this, then you must have been absolutely manic.
Yes and no. I think I'm quite an organized person. So with that, because I'm so busy, I try to schedule all of my things really well.
Yeah,
So
and like
I
give
think that
yourself
helps
time
me
in
to be
between.
less, exactly. Yeah, I think that helps me to be less manic. But yes, very busy.
Yeah. So what have you been doing during this time then? If
Okay, so
Because obviously you haven't been able to go to comp, have you, or to judge
no,
and
no.
having your
So
team as well.
lockdown 1, 2, and 3 have all been very different for me. So in lockdown one, just for example, I picked up jogging and just to kind of get out, get some fresh air. And then Crystal's Elite, we did some Instagram lives. And then we kind of picked up Zoom maybe halfway through the lockdown period. So we didn't start Zoom off straight away. Then lockdown 2 is when I sort of started ENDchoreo. So it's very new, very fresh project. And then that's when I started working with many other teams. And then lockdown 3, our most recent one, that was obviously when we had Christmas and New Year's. So we had sort of kind of festive occasions, which also kind of made it, I guess, less boring at points because there was stuff to
Yeah.
look forward to, even though they were all in like a different capacity to usual.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been quite an interesting journey,
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
overall. Like, but before, like, everything, like
Yeah.
before Crystal's Elite, how did you get into cheer?
Okay, so I started cheer when I was in year 7. So
Okay.
as soon as I went to secondary school, I think maybe within 1 or 2 weeks since I arrived, there was a little bulletin saying like the school is starting a new club. It's cheerleading. You probably never heard of it, but if you like, and I remember like it was listed some bullet points. If you like dance, if you like gymnastics, if you like to have fun, come along and try this new club. And I already did dance and gymnastics at the time, and my favorite film was Bring It On. I'm not sure if you've seen it,
Yeah.
but that film. So I was like,
Who
this, I
hasn't
can do
seen Bring It
this.
On? Who
I know
hasn't
it's one
seen
of my
that
favorite
film?
films. So I said, I can do this and I know I'll be good at it. Yes, I went along to the tryouts and then that pretty much is where I started.
Oh, wicked. Where, like, who were you? Did you just cheer at your school or did you go?
Yeah, so my school started off just like as an after school program. So I think we met for about 90 minutes once a week. This was back when cheerleading didn't have the official level. So I think we entered in maybe intermediate at the time. So we still competed, but it was very much like grassroots. When we hit like an extension, we were like pumped about it. That
Yeah.
was probably the one of the best stunts that we could do at the time. And then the coach who was working with us saw that we were actually quite good. So he opened up the club to the local community. And it turned into an all-star club from the school. So
Yeah.
we still remained as a school team. And then after the school team, we trained as an all-star team at the same time. And then when that program finished, I went to Crystal's Elite. That was near where I live, not too far. And then I became an athlete, then a coach. Then I left for uni, did university cheerleading. Crystal's Elite asked me to come back. I went to Loughborough. So I was doing uni cheer and I was coaching uni cheer. And then I went back to Crystal's Elite and they asked me to be a coach there. I loved it. I wanted to return. And then I came program director.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
wicked. That's a great journey. So it's been part of your life for a while now then.
Yeah, so I'm 26 now and I started when I was about 11, so like 15 years.
Yeah. Blimey. Blimey.
Yeah.
So what like what's your plans for Crystal's Elite when you can get out again and get back in the gym?
Yeah, so The great thing about Crystal's Elite is we have so many dedicated athletes, and a lot of them have been with us since they were tinies or minis, and now a lot of them are getting ready for university, for example. So they have been with us for a long time. But I'm hoping as soon as we can get back, we can sort of, I guess, start again almost, like build from scratch in terms of skill building, in terms of kind of reconnecting as a team. But the ultimate goal would be to eventually get good enough to get to Worlds.
Awesome.
That'll be the aim.
Have you been yourself?
No, I haven't. It's probably one of the only things I haven't done as an athlete, is gone to Worlds. I've competed in America, but not ever at Worlds.
Where did you compete in America?
Battle at the Capitol, so it's in Washington.
Oh, okay.
Probably
that
one
was an
of the
experience, wasn't
it? Yeah, so I didn't know these teams at the time, but I was watching like Cheer Extreme. I was watching Top Gun, but I didn't know, I guess I didn't grasp how big they were until it was years later. And I was like, oh wow, I saw you when I was like maybe 15.
Yeah.
And you were incredible then, but obviously now they're a lot bigger.
Awesome. That'd be a wicked like goal to achieve when it get Crystal's Elite on the world floor.
Definitely.
Get them out there. But like so you said ENDchoreo is a new venture. Like
yes.
Tell us a bit more about that. What's the goals with ENDchoreo?
Yeah. So I was helping a lot of teams, I guess in a more of an unofficial capacity. So just offering advice to their coaches. A lot of them I may have known for a very long time, or someone maybe would just ask me, do you know what I could do with this part of my routine? So I was giving a lot of advice from a judge's perspective, or just as a coach myself anyway, prior to ENDchoreo even started. But then I kind of wanted to, I guess, brand it in an official capacity and like put a full stamp on sort of what I was doing. So I just thought, yeah, let's just run with it. Let's make it official. So my name's Ella Dolcey, and my middle name's Natasha. So that's how ENDchoreo starts. It's like my name just shortened.
Yeah.
So that's where the name comes from. And it's like really taken off in a really good way. So I just started in maybe beginning or middle of November or late October. So really new, really fresh, but I've managed to work with some great teams across the UK. They've all been fantastic. The feedback's been quite good in terms of people like what I'm sort of teaching them and like what I'm doing. And yeah, now I'm just building up, really.
Yeah, getting ready to do it in person.
Yes. Yeah. So I was doing camps and things prior to COVID, but yeah, I'm looking forward to get back into gyms in person.
Yeah. So what is it that you like are actually doing? So say I'm a gym looking for ENDchoreo. What are you gonna do for my gym?
Okay, well, depends on what they ask for. So I can do anything from review someone's routine. So let's say someone competed 3 months ago, they maybe came third place. They were happy with what they did, but they want to score higher. So I would look at their routine from a judge's perspective and say, okay, in this area, you were fantastic, but maybe look to improve your routine composition. So look to add more creative transitions in between stunts. This is how you'd up your performance. So that's one side of it. I'd look at their routines. Then I also specifically do skills camps. So it could be a tumble camp. Athletes, they're level 2, but their coach would like them to be level 3. So I would help them with drills to progress from that back handspring up to a round off back handspring tuck, for example. So I'd help them up their skills in that way. One of the things I've mainly been doing over Zoom is teaching dance sections. So some coaches in the UK might be really good at stunt and tumble, but they may lack in dance or the ability to choreograph an effective dance section. So I would then teach a dance section that they could then use in their own routine to hopefully just push their athletes a bit more than maybe they're used to, and hopefully get them to score well at a competition.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I suppose, like, obviously with your judging experience as well as your coaching,
yeah,
it works hand in hand, really, doesn't it? Because you have got that experience to go, right, this is where you need to adjust, basically? And
now that I'm a judge and I head judge for one of my competitions as well, I'm a much better coach, just in terms of I kind of know what the score sheet requires, and the score sheet is so helpful in terms of it lays out exactly what you need to do, but it still can be very complex, or to know how to sort of use a score sheet to benefit your team. But now that I have that judging knowledge, that really helps me to hopefully put better routines out for my athletes and the teams that I help as well.
Yeah, and get that world's goal.
I know, that's the aim. So it's either to judge at Worlds first or take a team there. We'll see what happens.
You just want to go to Florida, don't you?
I've got to get to Florida in any capacity. But I'm hoping, I really do want those two things to be a reality, to judge at Worlds and take a team. Not obviously in the same year, but in the near future.
Why not? Aim big. But no, that would be wicked to get there. And I suppose, like, what keeps you going to hit that goal? Is it just believing in yourself? And
yeah, so just in terms of it being, I guess, a cheerleading life goal. So it's very much, it's definitely going to be hard work for myself. I'd have to be a better coach. I'd have to be a better judge. So I'm going to have to do a lot of learning and practicing and improving. But I know definitely for the athletes that I work with, they've seen so many UK teams do so well recently. So it's not out of their grasp. It's not out of my grasp. We just have to work harder and, I guess, train harder, work harder, and all kind of be in that mindset that we want to get to Worlds eventually. So yes, I think it's going to be definitely a challenge. It's never easy to win a Worlds bid round, but I do think we'll eventually be there.
That's it. I suppose it is, like, if you're looking at it from just like you're setting your goals, you've just got to keep working hard at it, haven't you? And
yeah, definitely.
Don't lose sight of it almost.
Yeah, it's a process. I do think it's a process.
Yeah, like it's not going to happen. Things aren't going to happen overnight. And
yeah, definitely not.
You have just got to, like you said, it's all about the mindset. If you stay headstrong kind of thing, then you will eventually achieve your goal, whether that be in the cheerleading world or at home.
Yeah, I think that's the hardest thing, I guess, for everyone, not to, you may have a goal, but I guess you can't lose sight of the process and the steps that it takes to get there. I think that's the key thing for any coach at this time. We're all sort of, I guess, in a grey or uncertain area, trying to come back from COVID and trying to, keep our athletes in a great space. But we can't lose sight of the fact that, we eventually will get to the other side. We just need to, keep going through the process.
Yeah, keep battling through, working with your coaches, whether it's on Zoom or not. Like I keep saying, well, past week it's been the roadmap out of Zoom, hasn't it?
Yes,
because everyone's got a bit of Zoom fatigue. And
definitely, it's a real thing. It actually is a real thing.
Who would have thought it, eh?
It's a real thing. Yeah.
But no, it's like, with obviously your main achievement would be to judge Worlds, but
one of them, definitely.
Yeah. So like where have you been judging beforehand, and like what was your favorite one?
So I work for quite a few EPs. So there's many different positives about each EP I work with. So in a usual year, not in a COVID year, I could judge, I guess, every week from February to July. I could judge an event if I didn't have a prior commitment or something like that. So my usual plan is Monday to Friday, I'm working. Then Friday night, I'm traveling somewhere, get to the competition sort of city or town Friday night, leave there Sunday, and then do it all again the next week. So there's that many competitions that
you just can't choose one. You can't choose.
You can't choose.
That's a good answer. That is a good answer.
There's many good things about all. And a lot of these people that I judge with now, they're some of my closest friends, just because we see each other so often. And even if we don't see each other for maybe 6 months, so now we haven't. As soon as we get back, we'll just vibe again.
Yeah, that was that's what I found strange, because I think just before the first lockdown, we'd spent probably every weekend with each other.
Yeah.
And it was, the season started in December, and from
Yeah.
then till like March, we were with each other pretty much all the time. And then
Exactly.
to go to nothing, we were like, oh my God. But now we're just like buzzing to get back, and
Yeah, definitely.
it'd be wicked. Like when we do go back to competition, like in
Yeah.
person, what's the one thing that you're looking forward to the most?
As a judge or a coach or both?
Both. Just the whole experience. Like what is that? Oh my God, I can't wait for this bit.
I think one of my favorite bits is just seeing a strong routine executed as a judge. So even if it's, for example, the lowest level of cheerleading, or the youngest athletes, a strong routine that you just watch and you're like, wow, that was actually really good. And even if, so when you judge sort of like a specific section, even if it wasn't necessarily my section I was judging, but let's say that another section I thought, wow, that was amazing. That can be a great feeling to watch. You just see sort of the progression of British cheerleading and you're like, wow, I'm part of something that's growing really, really big.
Yeah, no, it is getting bigger by the day, isn't it? And like I think it's all down to especially during like the lockdowns and that, the community feel and everyone pulling together and that. I think it's made it grow even bigger, and the awareness of the actual industry itself, just because of everyone pulling
In the same
together.
boat.
And it was like that whole, you went to a competition, you were competing against another team. There was some like milling around, but now it's all like, oh my God, I can't wait to meet this person because I've got to know them.
Yes, for sure.
Online for the past year, and we've like boosted each other up, and it's been lovely to see that. And it'd be nice, like when we do go back to physical events, it'd be nice to see that, like within
that unity, that vibe, the coming together.
I think it'd be a lovely sight.
So just for example, with ENDchoreo, I've coach swapped with other teams. So we run our classes completely for free. I don't get paid and the other coach doesn't get paid. But what we do is we just say, maybe our athletes might be wanting something different. Another coach coming in will be really good. Let's just give it a go, and hopefully our athletes will kind of gain something from it. Whereas maybe if we were not in, COVID scenario, guest coaching to this degree that it has been may have never happened. So I've got to know so many more coaches through guest coaching. And we've had one guest coach coming to Crystal's Elite, and we're going to have one at the end of March. And those are both coach swaps. So that's been something good as well.
No, that's been really good to see. And it'd be great to like see that in person as well.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Definitely.
And I mean, it was happening before, but I think it was Rachel Swinnerton from Cheer Force 10 I was talking to about it. She was saying that there was a lot of like choreographers and coaches coming from America and doing guest coach spots, but this is actually, although it's like bad we've been doing it over Zoom, but when it goes back to person, it'll be great to see sort of the UK guest coach sort of market come together and have all those, like every coach in the country sort of just swapping with each other. And I mean, the guys from America will still come over, but it will open up so many different channels sort of thing for the UK. And
so we all have so much different things to offer. So even coaches within my program, we have very different coaching styles, although we kind of have the same like ethos and dreams and things like that. We coach very differently. So I guess having just a different coach come into your gym potentially can just like almost awaken the athletes. And often coaches say, I've been telling my athletes exactly what you said for like weeks or maybe years, and it just took you saying it in a slightly different way, using synonyms, and they just suddenly got it. And I think it's just because they're hearing it from something different, from someone different, even though the same sort of ideas are being said. So I think it'll be good.
Yeah, no, it will be wicked. Will be wicked. Can't wait. It's an exciting road ahead, I think.
I think so. I do think so.
Out of all the negative, there's a massive positive yet to come, and it would be lovely to see. Like, so what's coming up for ENDchoreo now? Like, what are you doing now?
Yeah, so for March is going to be really busy, just in terms of I've got quite a lot more teams booked on than in the previous months, and I'm offering slightly different classes to before. So mostly in February, I was doing like kind of sassy choreography that you might find at the end of an all-star routine.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing more hip hop, lyrical classes. Just coaches are asking for something slightly different, and because I'm comfortable teaching all those styles, I'm just like, yeah, let's go. So it's just at the moment teaching of classes, and then I hope to go back, I guess, into gyms as soon as it's safe to do so and government guidelines allow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
so
are they saying now? It's 12th of April, are they saying?
Yeah,
right?
So if everything goes well, Crystal's Elite, we should hopefully be starting back on the 12th.
Awesome.
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed it does pan out that way, and yeah, we can get back to it. It's so exciting. Like, I can't wait.
Yeah.
But like, if anybody wanted to get in touch with you,
Yeah.
like, what's the best way to do it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really good on my phone. Just like a side note, I'm very, very quick. I'm like, I can get back to people in like 3 minutes. My phone it's right next to me now, like it's always there. So I'm on Instagram at ENDchoreo, ENDchoreo at ENDchoreo. I have a Facebook page. A lot of people are on the UK coaches group. So if they are a coach, they could find me like through that. My name's Ella Dolcey. So if they wanted to get into contact, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm there basically.
Awesome.
Well, yeah. So,
if there's one more question, I've got one more question for you. If you can say one thing to end, like, all the athletes out there now, to keep their heads up, what would it be? I would say, think about how much you love the sport, even if you've only been doing it a year, a few months, or 10 years. Think about the reasons why you love it. If it's because you get to see your friends, if it's because you get to exercise, if it's because you get to achieve new skills. And anytime that you're thinking, oh, I don't want to go to a Zoom class, or I just want to give up, or I don't want to go back to cheer because it's just too long since I've been, just think of the reasons why you love the sport. Just think about how good it's going to be when you get back to do it, and just keep going. Reach out to your coaches if you need to talk to someone. Always speak up if you think, you're struggling that day. As a coach, I know your coaches want to support you. They'd love for you to chat to them if needed. Keep your head up, and we are literally 6 weeks away, hopefully, from getting back to doing what we love. So don't give up, keep going. We are all in exactly the same position, and shortly we will get to return to our sport. Wicked. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think that is it. Unless there's anything else you'd like to add, I think that was perfect. I would just say this is a great time to improve. So whether you're an athlete, this is a great time to stretch. This is a great time to condition. 10 to 15 minutes of each every day can have you prepared. You can prepare your body to return to training. If you're a coach, this is a great time to get onto a coach's course. A lot of them are free or quite discounted at the moment. So for example, BCQ is a great one. I host BCQ. That's a really, really good one to get on. They have many levels. It's a good refresher if you need to refresh. Cheer City, I'm a judge at Cheer City, head judge there. They will be doing a course very soon. I'll be hosting that. So that's a great one to keep your eyes peeled for. So just basically use this time to learn, use this time to better yourself, and then what you learn, you can then apply when we get back in a few weeks. That's probably it.